What if I told you that one man went from sleeping on an office floor to becoming the first person EVR to reach a net worth of $500 billion? That's right, $500 billion. While most of us struggle to pay rent, Elon Musk added more wealth in a single year than most countries produce. But here's the crazy part, he lost $200 billion in 2022, the biggest wealth loss in human history, and still bounced back to become richer than ever. This isn't just a rags to riches story, it's the most extreme wealth journey the world has ever seen. Stick around because what you're about to discover will blow your mind. Our story begins in Pretoria, South Africa in 1971. Born to a Canadian mother and South African father, young Elon Musk was different from other kids. While they played outside, he buried himself in books, devouring The Lord of the Rings, Isaac Asimov's Foundation series, and anything about space and technology. At just 10 years old, Elon taught himself computer programming from a manual. By 12, he coded and sold his first video game called Blaster for approximately $500. That's right, his entrepreneurial journey started before he was even a teenager. But life wasn't easy. Elon faced severe bullying at school and was once hospitalized after being thrown down a flight of stairs. Yet these hardships only strengthened his resolve. At 17, wanting to avoid South Africa's mandatory military service and pursue bigger dreams, he moved to Canada with virtually nothing. He worked odd jobs, cleaning boiler rooms, cutting logs, whatever it took to survive. After attending Queen's University in Ontario, he transferred to the University of Pennsylvania, earning degrees in both physics and economics by 1997. Then came the pivotal moment. Elon got accepted to Stanford University for a PhD in physics, but after just 2 days, he dropped out. Why? Because he saw something bigger on the horizon. The internet was about to explode and he wanted to be part of it. In 1995, armed with nothing but ambition and coding skills, Elon and his brother Kimball founded Zippy2, an online business directory that was essentially the yellow pages for the internet age. Their vision: help newspapers transition to the digital world by providing city guides with maps and business listings. But success didn't come easy. The brothers were so broke they lived in their office, sleeping on futons and showering at the local YMCA. Elon coded during the day and slept at night, right there at his desk. They couldn't even afford a real apartment. To impress investors, Elon built an elaborate casing around his PC server to make it look like a mini supercomputer. The trick worked. In early 1996, more Davido Ventures invested $3 million, but there was a catch. Elon had to give up most of his shares and step down as CEO. Imagine building something from scratch, pouring your blood, sweat, and tears into it, only to be pushed aside. It was a painful lesson, but Elon learned something critical about control and ownership that would shape his future ventures. The story had a happy ending, though. In February 1999, Compaq Computer Corporation acquired Zippy2 for a staggering $307 million. At just 27 years old, Elon Musk walked away with $22 million for his 7% stake, his first major win. But this was just the beginning. Most people would retire with $22 million. Not Elon. He immediately invested his fortune into his next venture, XCOM, an online banking service he founded in 1999 with the vision of revolutionizing the financial industry. His pitch was radical for the time: no minimum balances, online investment options, and making banking accessible to everyone through the internet. Within months, over 200,000 customers joined. But once again, investors thought Elon was too inexperienced and replaced him as CEO with Bill Harris from Intuit. History was repeating itself. Then in 2000, XCOM merged with a competitor called Confinity, which had developed a money transfer service called PayPal. The merged company initially kept both services, but it quickly became clear that PayPal's peer-to-peer payment system was the real goldmine. Under new CEO Peter Thiel, yes, that Peter Thiel, the company renamed itself PayPal and focused exclusively on online payments. While Musk was removed from the CEO position again, this time while on his honeymoon, he remained. 2002, eBay purchased PayPal for $1.5 billion in stock. Elon Musk, with his 11.72% stake, received $175.8 million. At 31 years old, he was now worth over $180 million. But unlike most young millionaires who buy yachts and mansions, Elon had different plans. He was about to bet everything on two of the riskiest industries imaginable: rockets and electric cars. SpaceX and Tesla. With $100 million of his PayPal fortune, Musk founded SpaceX in May 2002. His goal: make humanity a multi-planetary species by colonizing Mars. People thought he was insane. Rockets were expensive, risky, and dominated by government programs and established aerospace giants. SpaceX's first 3 launches failed spectacularly, burning through most of Musk's money. By 2008, the company was nearly bankrupt, but the 4th launch succeeded and NASA awarded SpaceX a $1.6 billion contract. The company was saved. Meanwhile, in 2004, Musk invested in a small electric car startup called Tesla Motors, founded by Martin Eberhard and Mark Tarpenning. Unlike most electric vehicles at the time, which were slow and boring, Musk envisioned high-performance electric sports cars that could compete with the best gas-powered vehicles. He became chairman and eventually CEO in 2008 after internal conflicts pushed out the original founders. But 2008 was brutal for Musk. The financial crisis hit. Both SpaceX and Tesla were hemorrhaging cash, and he was going through a difficult divorce. Elon faced an impossible choice: to save SpaceX or save Tesla. He couldn't save both. But rather than choosing, he scraped together every dollar he had left, including borrowing money from friends, and split it between both companies. Against all odds, both survived. This moment defined Musk's all-in mentality. When everyone else would quit, he doubled down. Becoming Richest for years, Musk's wealth grew steadily. In 2012, he first appeared on the Forbes billionaires list with a net worth of $2 billion. By 2020, as Tesla's stock began its meteoric rise, his wealth was around $27 billion. Then something unprecedented happened. By the end of 2020, Tesla's stock skyrocketed, and Musk's net worth exploded by $150 billion in a single year, the fastest wealth accumulation in human history. He surpassed Mark Zuckerberg, then Bill Gates, and finally Jeff Bezos to become the richest person on Earth. In November 2021, his net worth briefly touched $320 billion. No human in modern history had ever been this wealthy. Not even John D. Rockefeller when adjusted for inflation. But here's where it gets crazy. In 2022, Tesla's stock crashed amid market turmoil and Musk's controversial acquisition of Twitter for $44 billion. His net worth plummeted by over $200 billion, the largest loss of personal wealth ever recorded in human history. He even earned a Guinness World Record for it. Yet Musk didn't stay down. By 2024, his fortune began its comeback. Space's valuation soared to $400 billion after successful missions and contracts. Tesla recovered, and a new venture AI, his artificial intelligence company, reached a valuation of $60 billion. In December 2024, Elon Musk became the first person in history to reach a net worth of $400 billion. Then in October 25, he shattered his own record by hitting $500 billion. Think about that. $500 billion. That's more wealth than the GDP of most countries. More than the combined wealth of millions of people. What ETAL means today. Elon Musk's wealth comes primarily from his ownership stakes, about 13% of Tesla valued at roughly $191 billion, 42% of SpaceX worth approximately $168 billion, and significant holdings in XA valued around $60 billion. But here's what makes Musk different from most billionaires. He's described himself as cash poor. He doesn't hoard money in bank accounts. Instead, virtually all his wealth is tied up in company stock. He's even pledged 58% of his Tesla shares as collateral for loans. When he sold his physical possessions in 2020, he explained his philosophy: he's not accumulating wealth for luxury. He's gathering resources to make humanity a multi-planetary species. Whether you believe that or not, his actions have been consistent with this vision. From sleeping on an office floor in the 1990s to commanding $500 billion in 2025, Elon Musk's wealth journey is unlike anything the world has ever witnessed. He's been ousted as CEO multiple times, lost more money than anyone in history, bet everything on impossible dreams, and still emerged as the richest human being who has ever lived. Love him or hate him, you cannot deny this. His journey from startup founder to the world's richest person is the most extraordinary wealth story ever told. So what do you think? Could Elon become the world's first trillionaire? With Tesla proposing a $1 trillion compensation package for him, some experts say he could hit that milestone by 2033. Absolutely mind-blowing. If you found this story as fascinating as I did, smash that subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you never miss our deep dives into the world's most incredible success stories. Drop a comment below. Do you think Musk's wealth is justified, or has it gone too far? I'd love to hear your thoughts. And if you want to learn about more billionaire origin stories, check out our video on Jeff Bezos' journey from a garage startup to Amazon empire. Link in the description. Thanks for watching, and remember, every empire starts with a single step. Who knows? Maybe your startup idea today could be tomorrow's billion-dollar company. See you in the next one.